videos. The phrase millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do is often attributed to JP Morgan, suggesting that wealthier individuals may rely on astrology for guidance. However, there is no definitive evidence of that. Okay. So the reason I'm starting it with this image is to catch your attention, first of all, depending on what you are looking for, and to that same attention, the fact that the wealthiest of this world do drop some gems or some secrets every now and then, and the only one is to direct us in the right direction. I believe, I guess, I hope. And the funny thing is that when you look for the most expensive watches that exists, you will see that most of them, if not all of them, have a moon, sort of a moon quadrant, special moon quadrant. So what it tells me is that the rich people do put the business in order by being in synchronicity with the lights in the constellations. So these two start with a series of videos where I'll be sharing knowledge about astrology that can help you manifesting, that can help you realign with the natural order of things, because as you know, there's been a change in the natural order of things at a certain time. There are many videos and many explanations about this change. And no matter how big or small this change is, it is important to notice that it does have some impact on us. So just gonna share some screenshots of a book about the Mayan calendar. Spinning around the fact that the calendar we're following is more a solar calendar, following the sun, when time is very intimately linked to the moon. As we know, the moon is very interconnected with Saturn. So what you see here, for example, we know that it takes 28 days for a moon cycle. It takes 28 years for Saturn return. Right? So these two are very intimately connected. Time and the clock, the natural clock, I like to call it this way, because warm men with their cycle, the 28 days cycle, where it all goes from spring to summer and start falling to winter. So this is the moon cycle. In the woman's body, in the warm woman. And nowadays there are more and more videos about how to reconnect the warmth with the natural order of things. It's very important for realigning your energies when you are a warm woman. For the male figure, there are many other ways to align with the goddess energy of Mama Nature, the earth, with the earth. But rather, this video is just a quick introduction to the series of videos that are to come, and where I'll be sharing about tips, first of all tips in order for us to navigate these times, tips awareness. This is very intertwined with Saturn energy, so we need discipline of the mind and the body. So as we know, everything comes in three. Everything comes in three. So we have a mind, we have a body, physical manifestation, we have the spirit, the soul, spirit, and all together forming this trinity where we are not the body, we are not even the mind, we are the observer, we are the consciousness center between this trinity. And for balancing that, for aiming for that, one needs to get acquainted with silence, with the inner voices, I'll call it like that, yeah? And basically these can already start leaking to another subject we will deep dive into, which are the Sephirot, where once the lights, yeah, Allah, depending on different beliefs, the same consciousness has been called different names, but rather expressing the same Allah in Yoruba, light, which is very interconnected with Obba, Allah, the Orisha of the light. And later we will understand that there is another hidden message behind it, which is the sunlight, which has a lot to do with arm, legs, legs, arm, head. And the moon associated with that. Leading back to the moon, the crescent moon in the star. Very symbolic. In Islam, this is important because very interconnected with another picture I will introduce quickly in this introduction, but rather I will finish with the Sephirot. So usually we always talk about 12 spheres, Sephirot, sometime 11, sometime 11. Let's see how many we find. So usually we have this one, which is called Kekere. We have Bina. We have Shakma. We have Da'at, which is said sometimes to be Malkut. You understand why. We have Hesed. We have Gebura. We have Tiferet. We have Tiferet. Then so we have this like that, so you are familiar with it being connected this way. Here we put the moon as a secret of the moon, and we have the earth called Malkut. And this one related to the moon. The moon, which is very, symbolic with the bark, right? And here we have Tiferet connected with that, and Tiferet is connected to that that is connected to Keter. So just real quickly to show the interconnection. And Tiferet is the sun, is also Merkaba. Rather Tiferet is here. It's also Merkaba. this is already our fourth chakra. Here. Right. That's the fourth chakra. And here, those two heart. And it's both Muladhara, Manipura related. As for heart, Yesod is very much moon related. So Malkut, that's the earth. It's really usually where we find ourselves grounded. So tells us we have the fourth chakra. So we have the fifth now here. The fourth, the fifth. Vishuddha. Right. And the sixth. That will be here. Usually not very related to those two intelligence which are both called right eye and the left eye. So this is the Egyptian eye. So we have Watch, which is the left eye. She's the right eye, and they are both they are both symbolically remember this interpretation of the caduceus, MS. And these right here in the nostrils. And you looking to the camera, basically. So this is your head, this is your nose, and you will have your mouth here. And basically this says that this one is called Ida. And Ida is falling. in his brain. And the other snake is called Pingala. The spring rising in him, so that's Pingala here. And Pingala goes to the right nostril. This one in the middle. It's gonna be Shushumna. Battle of the Lights. And yeah, that one right here. These name similar the first chakra, the second, the third. So these right here are your chakras. And Buddha. Krishna. We should be very connected with the ears. The shadow. There was a short introduction to the immensity of the connection of everything when we are following the law of nature. So, so rather the note was saying that discipline is rather the time each day to be silent, to be conscious of what you put into your body and your mind. These tell us that you do not only eat with your mouth, because these are symbolic of the senses. So we have the sense of sight, we have the smell, we have the hearing, we have the touch, we have the taste, and these five senses are very interconnected with this right here. upper senses. This one is the mind, kind of ruling over the 5 lower senses, because the mind is the one that would get the information from all the senses and now starting doing some interpretation. So with the mind, we are already here basically the mind, so both, understand everything is polarity. So the mind is very interconnected with the 6th sphere, where, as I was mentioning in the beginning, the light comes. Oh, we have an inspiration. The light comes like a blitz. Aya, Allah. It comes through our crown, and we are inspired with spirit, inspired in spirit. So in spirit you already have the word inspired, and it comes to our first eye, behind our eyes. The minus eye is the left one, and the positive eye is Uja, symbolically. One is wisdom and the other is understanding. This is wisdom, this is understanding. Because here you have the little cross occurring with the brain. We will talk about that in another video. The right brain is ruling over the left side of the body, and the left brain is ruling over the right side of the body. So just like that, we got a bit too deep into the introduction, but rather we will still finish the sentence. So it says, discipline creates coherence and the quickening of memory. This memory puts us in touch with cosmic gnosis, knowing through direct attunement with the source. This source is where the master code emanates. This is the remembrance, I like this word, of essence. When essence is remembered, then solution arises. So the question, what is underneath the surface? Why is certain information being presented to you? Why is other, even more critical information not being presented to you? Who is controlling the narrative? Who is choosing where your mind is focalized? Who is writing the story and why? That's a long one. Alright. So that was the first part about discipline. And it says second, to realign our body, mind, spirit. Realign body, mind, spirit. Need to realign body, mind, spirit. Need to seek understanding. Seeking first to understand rather than be understood. We assist in dissolving the template of separation that has created current polarized time-space. There's always something to learn from every viewpoint. Okay, so yeah, there's introduction, and then it says to agree, we don't have to agree with everyone to maintain harmony. What if one of the main purpose of life is to understand the totality of views in all life forms and of all lifetime, in all world system? We must practice gratitude and spend time in nature. Daily silence is recommended. We must remember the bigger picture. We must create a new contract. We must make peace with ourselves. You must make peace with yourself. You have to study your mind to understand how your mind works. You have to do some research, to meditate and to question what is underneath every reality you encounter. For real change to occur, you have to do it daily to practice. And this calendar is helping to navigating these waters. So it's recommended to keep a journal for these serial videos coming. In order to write down, to learn, to remember. Scripting is very good for that. To draw, to remember. We will be drawing a lot the circle. As you can see, it's all about the circle, it's all about the cycle. And somehow we've been disconnected, somehow we've been hijacked by the change in the calendar, and this is the resulting situation we are living in today. So that was the first in many, for sure. And I'm just wanting to tap in and set the first tone for many videos to come, and set the tone for sharing knowledge for all of us to remember and to realize. From me to you, sending you some ashe.